Hey, good evening. Well, I guess afternoon, everybody. Right now, good afternoon. And hopefully, everybody had a great day. So, kind of prolonging, going live as long as we could this afternoon. Just trying to get as much information as we could. Following some of our friends up here in northern Missouri. Of course, you can see we've got severe thunderstorm warning popping out everywhere along the cold front, up near Chillicothe, also over toward Browning, heading up toward Kirksville, Brookfield. We also have some severe thunderstorm warnings over near Plattsburgh. They've all had kind of a history of a little rotation with each one of these. However, one thing that once that cold front catches up with these thunderstorms, they will start to increase that rotation a little bit. We did have a mesoscale discussion come out here about 30 minutes ago talking about how we should start to see a little bit of an uptick in some of these thunderstorms beginning to rotate out here in eastern Kansas. So that's one of the reasons why decided to go ahead and go live. We do have a few cumulus little small thunderstorms that are starting to kind of blow up around Lee Summit, Greenwood, Harrisonville. Of course, nothing severe, nothing yet. But each one of these cells can blow up severe rather quickly, being 78, 80 degrees out there, out ahead of a cold front. So we're just going to kind of follow along. The cluster of storms that we are kind of really watching here over the last hour is this cluster down here in southeastern Kansas. This is down near Independence, Fredonia, Thayer, Chanute, and of course this is about the same direction that these storms came out of here night before last. So we're keeping a close eye on these. It is severe warned right now with 1.25 inch hail, 60 mile per hour winds. So we're going to watch this as it continues to make a trek across the state line. Any of these little cells out in front of the cold front. Let me put my drawing pencil on here real quick and I'll show you guys. So basically right here is the cold front right now. This tornado warning over here just north of Burlington, that's riding right on that cold front. And as long as it stays on that cold front, it will continue to rotate. So we do have that one tornado warning. Now any cells that are out here in front of this line, the cell down in Independence, any of these little cells by Mound City, up here toward Harrisonville, we're watching them very closely, because if any of these thunderstorms can get going that are out ahead of this cold front, they could become supercellular and stand a better chance to become severe. So we're watching that very closely here over the next couple hours. I believe that the cold front will likely be starting to make its way through west central Missouri sometime between the 6-7 o'clock time frame this evening, and then continue southeast. I say we will likely see a new tornado watch go up for Benton County. Benton County is the only county in west central Missouri not under a tornado watch right now, but again, that is mainly because they are kind of under the umbrella of Springfield National Weather Service, and they're a little bit too far southeast from the line right now. But I have a feeling we'll start to see all of these counties begin to fill in with this tornado watch as we go a little bit later into the afternoon. So it's 4:10 right now, and again, right along that red line is the cold front. We're watching for any storms that should happen to be out in front of this cold front for any kind of better rotation, the possibility of seeing these thunderstorms really intensify rather quickly. We are seeing that the WeatherWise app is actually picking up some rotation here just southwest of Chanute right now. That is that little spin icon that you see right there. And let's go to a different radar here. Let's go to Springfield, see if it picked it up. Maybe a little bit better. Yeah, probably right here just southwest of Chanute. There's a little bit of broad rotation down in that direction. So again, we are going to be watching these cells as they move on up into west central Missouri. Appreciate everybody tuning in to the live stream. I am going to be live for till this cold front passes through west central Missouri. So again, if you have some things you got going on in Warrensburg, Clinton, Butler, Warsaw, feel free to continue your afternoon duties. You can come back here to the live stream, kind of jump in and out as these storms continue to make their approach over into west central Missouri. But again, one of the main reasons I did end up going live was the fact that we are starting to see a few of these little isolated cells popping up out ahead of that cold front, and I want to make sure that that we are live, that we're tracking these cells in case they should happen to intensify. Now up here a little bit further north, we have some severe thunderstorms that are coming through just south of St. Joe right now. So for those of you that are commuting, you guys are going to be getting out of work here within the hour. Again, right down I-69, I-29. This is going to stay just south of St. Joe. But we do have some strong thunderstorms, a very large severe thunderstorm warning right now. This is going to stay to the north of Smithville, this particular cell. But of course, we have more cells down here to the southwest that will be moving up closer to the Smithville, Platte City, Liberty, Claycomo area here over the next half hour. There is a couple little areas of rotation over here northwest of Baldwin City. It does have a severe thunderstorm warning, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds currently right now. As you can see, remember the cool colors, the green colors, those are winds that are heading toward Pleasant Hill National Weather Service Doppler radar site. And the red, the dark, the warm colors are the winds going away from the radar site. So whenever you see two different direction of winds, you've got a little bit of rotation there. So, of course, being in a tornado watch means conditions are favorable for the formation of tornadoes. A tornado watch does not mean that there's one imminent. It's just that the conditions are there for tornadoes. So we are all in a tornado watch till 9 o'clock tonight, with the exception of Benton County. But Benton County, you can go ahead and pretty much consider yourself in one, as you will likely be added into one here a little bit later this afternoon as this line continues to move off to the east. But again, we've got a couple little thunderstorms, one right up here near Blue Springs we're keeping an eye on for any intensification. Also a couple showers down here near Freeman, Harrisonville, Cleveland, and a couple little cells that are kind of picking up some intensity. You can see it. They have some lightning strikes. This is right along 69 Highway, just southeast of Lacing, Kansas. That's going to be moving over the state line into Bates County near Amsterdam, Amaret. It's not warned right now. The biggest cell is down here still near Chanute, Thayer, Galesburg, and it's moving up into that direction. Likely going to start to affect Vernon and Bates County here within the next 30-45 minutes. We do have storm chaser Jeff Smith from Midwest Mezzo. He is up here in northeast Kansas, tracking this line of storms. He is that is Jeff's feed right now, and again, you can follow him if you are up in the say the St. Joe area, Atchison, Kansas. You can follow Jeff, Storm Chaser Jeff Smith, on Facebook and on his YouTube channel. He is part of our Midwest Mezzo, and he's tracking the storms up here in northeast Kansas, far northwest Missouri, up here. He got out here about 2 hours ago out on the field, and of course he was out there for the very quick initiation of these storms up here in northwest Missouri here about 2 hours ago. Hi, Matt. Checking out some of chat tonight. So if you've been asking in chat if anybody is wanting to get signed up for Weather Call, that is a service in which you will get a text notification, email, if you are underneath of a watch or an advisory. If it's an extreme warning like a tornado, or say there's 80-mile-per-hour winds heading your direction, a flood emergency, you can actually you will get a phone call from me with my voice, and I'm going to be telling you what the issue is and what to do to protect yourself. So it's a little over $1 a month, guys. It's $15 a year. A great service. This is not an app. This is a service. It does more than just an app. And you can actually click a button, and it will actually follow you, put a little dome over you wherever you are at. If you go on vacation to Branson or Florida, you hit the button to follow you, and you're staying at a hotel 2 o'clock in the morning where your location is, and you're under a tornado warning, you're going to get a phone call with my voice on it telling you to take cover. There's a tornado coming your direction. So I put the link right down at the bottom in the chat. Feel free to click on that link and sign up for Weather Call. We've had an active severe weather season so far. We are expecting another round of severe weather as we go toward the end of the month, and then we have about 2 or 3 systems according to the LRC that's going to be affecting us in May, and then an extended severe storm season into June. So we still have many weeks of severe weather. Now would be a good time to take advantage of Weather Call. So from the Storm Prediction Center, And I'm just going to throw up the outlooks here on the screen. Doesn't look like we have anything too pressing right now. We will be having some cells moving across the state line just north of Belton here momentarily. So this is the tornado risk areas from the Storm Prediction Center. And again, we're in that 5% area all through most of all of West Central Missouri for that matter. That's the brown shaded area. It's a little bit elevated, but the tornado risk is still fairly small regardless. 5% chance that a tornado within any given 25-mile point, from a point of 25 miles out within this brown shaded area. Now, when we take a look at the wind threat for today, this is our biggest threat with this line of storms along the cold front. And we have parts of West Central Missouri in a significant risk to see strong straight line winds in excess of 85 miles per hour ahead of this line of storms. So that is going to be our biggest issue that we have with this line of storms. Now we take a look at the hail threat, and we still have a chance to see a few hailers out there this evening. But again, the biggest threat is going to be for strong straight line winds. And then all in all, we're pretty much in this. We're at a level 4 out of 5 here in West Central Missouri, and that's mainly due to that wind threat. So again, that's what we're expecting. We're keeping a very close eye on these cells out here in front of the cold front for any strengthening as they come across the state line. And then we will have the main cold front move through probably between the 6-7 time frame. And then when that happens, that's when we're going to have that chance of strong straight line winds, maybe some hail, and then we'll be watching for a very brief spin up tornado that is sometimes possible along a line of storms. And that's what we're really kind of used to here in West Central Missouri, are those what they call quasi-linear tornadoes, which are weak, fairly short-lived, and they will spin up along kind of like an eddy in a river. You know, whenever a river makes a bend and you see that little eddy of water, that's exactly what happens with the big line of storms. You look on the ends of that lines of storms to be able to see like a little eddy. And that's what we'll be watching for as that line comes through. But right now we have a couple thunderstorms that's moving into Bates County. They're non-severe right now. We're going to continue to watch these. They have strengthened a little bit more lightning. We're starting to see a little bit more of the purples, so to speak. That's a little bit more intense rain over near Lacing Corner, as well as over toward Amsterdam. So we'll continue to watch these for signs of any strengthening here over the next few minutes. So we have this is going to be heading over almost in the same areas as what we seen here the other night. This is coming across Ottawa. And if you remember, I think we had Nader boys were over in the Peoria area, got some great footage of the cells over near Ottawa, Peoria, and now they are under the gun again with a tornado warning. Actually, The tornado warning is in effect over here for this is going to be Adair, Lynn, Sullivan, and Macon County in north central Missouri. This is going to stay north of Highway 36, north of Brookfield, north of Macon. We have a severe thunderstorm warning with a destructive damage threat assessment for 80-mile-per-hour winds. So it's basically the same as a tornado warning right now. Let's take a look at velocity. Yeah, that is a major windbag right now coming up I-35. We have 97 to 100 mile per hour winds that is just above the surface. Not all of those winds are hitting the surface. It's up there because it's far away from the radar site. So when the NEXRAD radar in Pleasant Hill shoots a beam with the Earth's curvature, the further away you get, the higher up in the elevation into the atmosphere it will go. So these aren't winds necessarily on the surface, but they are just maybe even up to just a few hundred feet above the surface, but very strong winds right now that is going to be rushing along, looks like parallel to I-35 on their way up toward Ottawa, Richter, and then eventually up there to the 59 I-35 intersection. And we'll continue to watch that as it comes into Kansas City, Kansas area here over the next 45 minutes or so. So right now, everybody's trying to figure out what to expect for tonight for your area. So we're kind of all in this together. We are under a tornado watch till 9 p.m. tonight. So we're just watching these cells begin to fire and move off to the east across the area. We have a non-severe but kind of stronger cell that's moving into Bates County. It is just to the west of Adrian and Butler. This is not warned at this time, but it's producing a lot of lightning and probably maybe even some pea-sized hail along with this in between Amsterdam and Amoret, and it's moving off to the northeast. So we have the main cold front sitting back here on a line from Kansas City down to Ottawa, down to Burlington and El Dorado, Kansas. That is the cold front. That's what's going to be moving in, bringing us chances to see some very strong straight line winds as it moves in, probably here around the 6 o'clock time frame. Looks like we also got the... Hey, fire guy. Awesome. Fire department is on standby again. Fantastic. So we also look like we have Nader Boys is out here in West Central Missouri. If I can find their stream here. So there we have Nader Boys there in your bottom right hand side. They are out. Looks like they are probably out here in Western, probably over here near Bates County right now watching this cell. See if we can pick them up. Yeah, they're Derek. There's Isaac. So they're Nader Boys. Nader Boys are sitting at Archie right now. And they're looking back toward this cell coming into Bates County right now. So they'll be tracking this cell as it continues across into Bates County. It does look like we might have a new either destructive severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning. And that is 80-mile-per-hour destructive winds that is going to be affecting Paola, Osawatomie, Spring Hill, Lacine, Parker, and then eventually heading on over into West Central Missouri. So those Lee Summit, Greenwood, Belton, Peculiar, Harrisonville, Butler, Adrian, Archie, we're going to need to be watching this particular line of storms right here between Ottawa down to Garnett as it continues to push off to the east.
That's producing some decent cloud-to-ground lightning. It's not very consistent, but it is there. And it looks like that maybe picked up some steam. But right now, we don't really have much to report besides where we're at.
I'm going to go ahead and turn off the audio there on Nader Boys. And we are going to be watching this. Let's see how fast this is moving. It's moving east at 70 miles per hour. So this is actually just trucking right now. So let's go ahead and put kind of a little bit of a timestamp on this. So we'll be looking at Osawatomie in 14 minutes, Paola 19, Lewisburg half an hour, Drexel 32 minutes, Freeman 39 minutes, Archie 46 minutes, Adrian 47 minutes, and Harrisonville 47 minutes. So again, we've got plenty of time to if you live in any of those areas, you have plenty of time. 80-mile-per-hour winds, we start talking, those are wind speeds close to an EF0 tornado. So it's going to be over a lot wider of an area than a tornado. So need to take those strong winds very seriously. Let's check out where the strongest winds are at right now. So really in between Princeton and Ottawa. That's where the strongest winds are located at right now. Nader boys are sitting here. Looks like they are at the intersection of B and I-49 there at Archie. And they are looking back at this cell that is moving into Bates County and southern Cass County here. It is not warned right now, but of course it's going over, coming into some conditions that the ingredients are pretty ripe for this storm to continue to intensify. So they are sitting here watching this cell right now. Look like they are getting ready to get out on the road right now. And you can see here on my cursor right up in here, very, very heavy rain. Maybe even some pea-sized hail associated with that cell. Up further to the north central Missouri, we've got several severe thunderstorm warnings from Cameron, just north of Chillicothe toward Trenton, Milan, and we still have that one tornado warning still ongoing up here near, this is going to be near Enterprise, Winnigan, mainly rural areas along, looks like along highways 11 and 129. But for the KC metro area right now, just some very strong thunderstorms. Right now they're not warned. Just very strong thunderstorms right now. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning, 80-mile-per-hour winds associated with this line of storms. It's on the Kansas side right now. Shawnee, Overland Park, Lenexa, DeSoto. It's going to be crossing the state line here probably within the next 15 to 30 minutes. So again, those from Kansas City, Raytown, Lee Summit, Grandview, Belton, Peculiar, Harrisonville, all the way down to Butler, need to be ready probably here in the next, 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes, and this line of storms producing 80 miles per hour winds. And these are observed 80-mile-per-hour winds, so they actually have 80-mile-per-hour winds at the surface. So the damage threat is very destructive with this thunderstorm. Thanks, Annette. Downpour, small hail in Raytown. Hi, Jessica. No time frame for Sedalia right now. It's still looking like the same time we gave out a little bit earlier tonight. Still same time. It really hadn't changed much since our last update. Take a look at Cam. Well, that's downtown KC. Of course, you can see getting a pretty good little thunderstorm there near downtown. Those of you in Independence along I-70 from, say, Arrowhead Stadium over toward Blue Springs. And again, a fairly strong cell. It is not warned at this time, but this is just ahead of the front, the cold front that is about coming up in eastern Kansas. So again, we want to kind of keep a pretty close eye on that. There is some very broad rotation down here off of 40 Highway. Matter of fact, there's the Big Biscuit, the Olive Garden right there on 40 Highway there near Nolan Road. There is some very broad rotation with this right now. And of course, it's going into a pretty ripe environment for the possibility of tornadoes. So keeping a very close eye on that. So it looks like we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Wyandotte and Jackson County, Missouri. So that's going to be coming out here really quick. Again, severe thunderstorm warning for Wyandotte and Jackson County. This is going to include Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, Independence. So we're going to see this pop up here on the screen momentarily for this cluster of storms. Likely producing some very strong winds again. Hi, Michelle. All right, there's that severe thunderstorm warning for Wyandotte and Jackson County in Missouri. This is actually going to go all the way up, including Parkville, Overland Park, Gladstone, Pleasant Valley, Claycomo, North Kansas City, Kansas City, Kansas. And this is going to include Independence, Raytown, Blue Springs. So anybody getting off work here in about 15 minutes on their ride home, you're going to be right smack dab in the middle of this very intense line of thunderstorms. Check out the cam off of downtown. So there's the leading edge of that line of storms. That was a pretty good lightning shot right there. So you guys can kind of see, you see all these, you guys see all these new lightning strikes around this cell down here in Bates and Cass County. It is intensifying, not at a fast rate, but this cell is intensifying some. That's down here in Cass and Bates County. We have Nader boys. They are let's see, I thought that was Nader boys. They're on the move, looks like. Okay, they're moving east along B Highway toward Dayton, Missouri right now. They're actually out on the road. When they get situated, they're likely going to try to stay ahead, get out of the rain, and get ahead of this cell. It is not warned right now here in Cass or Bates County, but we just got a strong thunderstorm right there in that area. Looks like we got some strong, outflow winds. As you can notice, that little AI rotation area, we put that on velocity. And this is right behind the cell. So we have likely those are going to be winds that are going to be kind of trying to go toward the radar site in Pleasant Hill. So we have south winds that are feeding into this cell on the backside of the cell system right now. Man, look at those winds over near Peoria. Very, very strong winds, 80, maybe 90 miles per hour winds on the Kansas side. So down in the Bourbon County area, down Fort Scott, Uniontown, just keep in mind you're under a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 41 minutes. 60 mile per hour winds, 1.25 inch hail as well. So for this cell down near Archie and Adrian, Creighton is going to come to you here in about 16 minutes. Blairstown, 23 minutes. So those of you that are wanting to know what's going on in your hometown here in West Central Missouri, we are under a tornado watch until 9 o'clock tonight. So we are just watching these cells as they continue to push across the state line. All right, so we do have some report of some very strong winds. I'm guessing likely some outflow winds down here just north of Nevada. Had some winds getting close to 70 miles per hour here just on the north side of Nevada. It was measured from a portable anemometer in a car. Almost blew them off the road. So this was just north of Nevada in Vernon County. So that's going to be heading up toward Rich Hill. There is not a warning out for this right now, but we did go ahead and send that over to the National Weather Service just to be on the safe side. There's a possibility they might put out a warning, but that was likely just a strong outflow gust, as that cell doesn't look too severe here, at least on radar. When we take a look at the velocities, we have a little area of wind here just to the west of I-49 right now. but even at those, registering somewhere around 56, 57 miles per hour. But we'll keep an eye on this here over the next few minutes. So very, very intense line of storms from Bonner Springs, Shawnee, Overland Park, through Casey, Kansas, Casey, Missouri, downtown, over toward Independence, Sugar Creek, along 210, as well as I-35 up through Claycomo and Pleasant Valley. And then this is going to follow 24 Highway. This is going to follow over near Osage Trail Schools off of 24 Highway over to Buckner. So very intense line of storms up to quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then we have this little wind bag right here. This is a kind of a bowing segment along the cold front from Gardner, Kansas, down to Paola, down to Osawatomie, down to Greeley, producing 80-mile-per-hour winds. This is also going to include Overland Park and Olathe. So we have another 21 minutes. This is observed 80-mile-per-hour winds, and that can do a lot of damage if you're caught, especially out on the roadways or outdoors. We are watching this cell over here in northern Bates County and heading over into Cass County. Again, it's a strong little cell over here. It is not warned. We're keeping a close eye on this. Thanks, Trevor. Trevor mentioned if going to the dome in Archie, make access to the dome on the west side of the building. The doors are open. So again, if going to the dome in Archie, the access to the dome on the west side of the building, the doors are open. So I have a feeling we will likely see, let me jump over to a different radar here real quick. So we will likely see an extension here before too long of a severe thunderstorm warning that will likely be having Vernon County and the city of Nevada included for this cell over here in Bourbon County. Still have a very intense hail core. Some winds up to 50 miles per hour so far have been reported. We look like we got Matt Jones out on the field right now. He is live. He is with 417 Chasers, also part of Midwest Mezzo. He is actually looked like on 13 Highway moving north. He's likely going to try to intercept this cell, probably somewhere in the St. Clair County, Vernon County area. So right from weather-wise, we can click on Matt's feed, and there you can see Matt's feed right there on weather-wise. Another cool feature of Midwest Mezzo, and our storm chasers able to follow their live feeds right from weather-wise. So that's a great addition. So we will come back to him as he continues to race on up to the north to try to catch up with this cell. So Pleasant Hill, Holden, you guys are going to have a pretty robust thunderstorms over that's currently over Eastland. We'll be moving over, and of course that's Strasburg, Kingsville, Holden area. This is going to be right along Highway 58. Right, it is not warned right now, but just a strong thunderstorm right now. And then, of course, we have this one that Nader boys were on down here, Archie, Adrian, Garden City, Creighton area. It's going to be coming across 7 Highway here in the next 4 or 5 minutes. Rich Hill, you're getting a pretty good little thunderstorm. Non-severe right now. So our biggest threat tonight, again, guys, are going to be for strong straight line winds in excess of 85 miles per hour if possible. There could be a few hailers out there up to the size of golf balls. And then, of course, we'll be kind of watching for a brief spin up. But once this cold front, the cold front right now is, let me go ahead and bring up the draw feature. This red line right now is that is the cold front. So any storms out ahead of this cold front, we're watching very close. We have a few here in west central Missouri right now. None of them are severe, but we're watching them very closely. And then along that cold front, where that red line is where we have that potential to see those really strong straight line winds. Check in on Nader boys. They're still trying to get out ahead of this storm. That's John. That is Kevin. Looks like we might have lost Nader boys. Oh no, there they are. Yeah, that's him. So they are in Garden City right now. They're going to be coming pretty much core punching this sucker as this cell continues to go across 7 Highway, nearly right at Garden City. Oh no. You still have access to chat?
National West Service? Yeah.
Whatever reason, it signed everything out.
No.
All right, give me just a second, guys. I'm going to sign back in to the National Weather Service here real quick. I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, I got all signed back in again. Some reason had to re-sign back in. So we got a new severe thunderstorm warning. We kind of expected that. This is going to be for this Boeing segment right here from Olathe down to Paola, Osawatomie, down to Greeley, Kansas. It's moving to the east. We have a new extremely dangerous situation. These are 80-mile-per-hour wind, destructive tag severe thunderstorm warning. So this is a relatively rare occurrence when you have a severe thunderstorm warning that is an extremely dangerous situation. That is what they call a PDS, severe thunderstorm warning. So these are very, very rare. Pretty much what that means is we need to take this very seriously. 80-mile-per-hour winds can be very destructive. So these are observed winds, not radar indicated. So somebody's anemometer out there registered over 80-mile-per-hour winds associated with this line of storms. So again, we need to make sure that really you probably even want to treat this as a tornado warning. Make sure you're not around any windows. Make sure you're in the center part of your home, or go to the basement if you're able to. And as this continues to move across the state line into southern Jackson, Cass, and into let's see here, far north Bates County. And this is going to include Adrian, Archie, Harrisonville, Peculiar, Raymore, Belton, Pleasant Hill, and Garden City. And again, if anybody is still needing the link to Weather Call Next Gen, that is the service that you get texts for. Watches, advisories. You'll get warnings if it's a considerable warning, like a tornado warning. You will get a phone call with my voice telling you what warning you're under and what to do to protect yourself. I am going to put that here in the chat. If anybody would like to sign up, it's a little bit more than $1 a month. It's $15 for a whole year. And we've had a very active year so far in severe weather. So we are going to be watching this this little area right here. AI is showing a little bit of rotation. This is going to be crossing 69 Highway in between Lewisburg and Aubrey. So this is the area that we watch really closely, as we have a little bit of an inflow right here. That's that warm, moist air being pumped into this line of storms. And just like a river, it makes a bend and you create a little eddy right here. So we're watching that area, and we're watching this little area down south of Paola. Those are the two little areas that we're going to be keeping a very close eye on here over the next few minutes. So sirens going off in Pleasant Hill, and here is why they are doing that. When you have a particularly dangerous situation, severe thunderstorm warning with 80-mile-per-hour winds, that will typically trigger all of your WEAs, your emergency action messages on your phone, and they will sound the sirens for this type of situation. So this is one of these, you have to stay weather aware. It's not necessarily for a tornado per se, but it can do damage similar to a tornado. So that's the reason why the sirens are going off in Pleasant Hill. So we got a few more questions about Sedalia, Clinton, Freeman. We got quite a few people, and again, we're under tornado watch till 9 o'clock tonight in those areas. So that's what we're doing tonight. We are watching these cells as they move across west central Missouri. We have lots of reports of between 60 and 75 mile per hour winds that are coming in through the National Weather Service, really right along this line of storms right here. A little bit further down south, we still have some, we got Matt Jones, 417 Chasers. He's almost to Bolivar. He is going to come up and kind of keep a watch on these cells down here near Fort Scott, moving over to the Vernon County area. We still have that very considerable damage threat for 70 mile per hour winds. That's still ongoing up here. Kansas City, Parkville, Liberty, Missouri City, Pleasant Valley, Independence, Raytown. Looks like those winds are coming right into Raytown, Independence area right now, eventually right over to Blue Springs. We're still sitting right around 80 degrees here ahead of this line, so there's plenty of juice and energy still left to intensify these storms. So we're keeping a very close eye on them. 1.25 inches of rain in Archie in 40 minutes. So Warsaw, you guys will likely be under a watch here probably within the next hour or so. So you guys will be having this line of storms moving through you as well. Downtown KC, I-70, Broadway is flooding. So we have another extension of a severe thunderstorm warning. We'll likely maybe hear the weather radio go off here. This is going to be a very large severe thunderstorm warning. You see it flashing here on your screen. This is going to be for northwest Henry County. And that's going to be for northwest Henry County, the western half of Johnson, all the way up into Lexington, Richmond, Higginsville area. This is going to be for 70 mile per hour winds. It's going to be the biggest threat. Considerable winds, considerable damage threats associated with this. And again, they're getting it out there pretty quickly. And this is all a response to this strong line of thunderstorms along the cold front. So the cell down here in Vernon County and coming into Bates County, we could see maybe an additional severe thunderstorm warning for this particular cell that stretches from Mound City, Rich Hill, down to Arcadia, Fort Scott, Uniontown. So this is just a little bit ahead of the cold front. Appleton City, just to the east of Butler, of course, coming down H. Going to be heading into Montrose up toward 18 Highway. It is not warned right now, but again, a very impactful thunderstorm. Maybe some pea-sized hail, 40-mile-per-hour winds associated with this. Quite a bit of lightning as well. Tornado warning, guys. Okay. So that's that bookend. That's that bookend that we were watching. So if you live in Belton, Raymore, Peculiar, Lake Winnebago, Grandview, Lee Summit, Greenwood, you guys need to take your tornado precautions right now. This is radar indicated. This is going to be for northeastern Miami County and central Kansas, southeastern Johnson County, east central Kansas, northwestern Cass County in west central Missouri, and southwestern Jackson County in west central Missouri. At 512, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Cleveland or 7 miles southwest of Belton, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. So if you live in Lee Summit, Raytown, Grandview, Belton, Raymore, Pleasant Hill, Greenwood, Peculiar, Lake Winnebago, Cleveland, Unity Village, and Stillwell, you are included in this tornado warning for the next half hour. And again, this is the area we were looking at just a little bit. And we're going to put this in velocity mode right now. And again, we see this inflow that is kind of pumping in right here, and that creates like a little bit of rotation right here, and that's what they're concerned about right now. Looks like we have roughly 70-mile-per-hour winds at Arrowhead Stadium currently. We have, looks like over near Red Bridge, Santa Fe, Martin City, Home Park, Leawood, an area of very strong winds as well. But we do have this severe tornado warning for far northwest Cass County. Includes Belton, Raymore, Riverview Estates, Peculiar, Lake Winnebago, Greenwood for the next 30 minutes. This is going to include Lee Summit as well. So we're hitting 517 right during rush hour traffic, which is not the best of news right now. But this is radar indicated right now. Radar indicated. It is not confirmed. But again, we got strong inflow, and when you have 75, 80 mile per hour winds, it does not take much of inflow to get that storm turning. So a very strong, impactful storm up there in Cass County. We do have a new mesoscale discussion coming out from the Storm Prediction Center, showing the west central Missouri area that there's an organizing thunderstorm cluster, increasing potential for damaging wind gusts, brief tornadoes through the 6 to 8 p.m. time frame. So right now looks like the center of rotation is coming up on the southwest side of Belton right now in Cass County. Look like this is going to be the area of concern right here. This is on the southwest side of Belton. It will be coming across 49 Highway and then moving over toward the town of Raymore. So again, very intense line of storms, guys, from Liberty down to the KC metro area. Take a look at camera from downtown right now. Not seeing a whole lot from the sky cam right now. So we do have, this is the scout cam from the intersection of 58 there near Raymore Belton area as this cell is coming into the area. I do believe we are looking to the southwest. Yeah, we definitely have circulation now over the town of Belton right now. So this is very, very important. If you live in Belton, the center of circulation is near the Belton Middle School right now. This is going to be coming across Y Highway, southern Belton, and it's going to be coming up toward 58 near Ponchos, the Price Chopper. You got Town Center and Aldi's right across 58, Little Pig Barbecue. So if you live along Cambridge Road, 58 Highway, if you are in Price Chopper, Target, there's Kohl's, you guys need to be in a sturdy structure. They're likely having you go into the walk-in coolers. If you're in a restaurant, they'll likely have you go back to the back of the department store at Target's, back into the employee break room and to the bathroom. But we definitely have circulation coming up on the south side of Belton, moving to the east-northeast. This is not good. We have got a debris signature right over the heart of Belton, Missouri right now, guys. This is, we've got Price Chopper, Applebee's, we've got the Belton Marketplace, Buffalo Wild Wings, Applebee's, And this is going to be heading up over East Markway Parkway and then across I-49. We have a debris signature right here. So there is debris being lofted up into the air right now in the heart of Belton, Missouri right now. So again, you need to be in your tornado safe spot if you're in Cass County, especially if you are in the town of Belton. Very strong circulation right now. This is going to be going right over Belton Regional Medical Center. So again, if you live in the Belton Raymore area, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. This is going to be crossing 150 and then heading up toward Greenwood, Missouri. So if you live in Greenwood, Belton PD reporting a lowering on I-49 right now. So it's coming across I-49 just north of Belton Research Medical Center. And of course, pretty much this entire area from Uric up to Odessa, up to Richmond, Liberty, Blue Springs, Lee Summit, Harrisonville, under a severe thunderstorm warning for winds up to 70 miles per hour. But this is the strongest part of this line of storms right now, coming through Cass County. Right, coming to get, it's crossing 150 right now. It is crossing 150 right now. So looks like it's going to be heading up 150 and Pryor Road is where that center of circulation. We do have a spotter confirmed tornado on the ground. So this is observed tornado on the ground in Belton right now. Look like the center of circulation is going to stay just to the north of Raymore. Is Warsaw in the clear? No, Warsaw is not in the clear. Not till 9 o'clock. So center of circulation coming across 150 right now. And remember, these things are not updating at the same time. So it does look like that circulation right now is just northwest of Raymore right now. Just past Belton Regional Medical Center, just to the northwest of Raymore. Looks like this is going to be going over Fox Ridge Drive. We still are picking up a debris ball, a signature showing that there is debris being lofted into the air. And this is just north of 58, just north of downtown Raymore. This is going to be heading up toward Fox Ridge Drive and 163rd Street. That's north Fox Ridge Drive and 163rd Street. we're getting awfully close to that tower site where we're going to start to see some scattering of this. It's going to be really hard to pick up. Nonetheless, Lake Winnebago, Greenwood, you guys need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. In Cass County, Greenwood, you guys are coming up on, Jackson County line there. But again, Belton, Raymore, look like the center of circulation now is just east of Belton. So Belton, you guys are okay right now. You're still under the tornado warning for the next 15 minutes. Kind of branch this out just a little bit. We have a non-severe storm down Uric, Blairstown area, just to the west of Clinton. That is not what this severe thunderstorm warning is for. It is mainly for this line of storm to the west. So we have a non-severe thunderstorm, Uric, Blairstown, just to the west of Clinton. Also, we have a thunderstorm in Butler, Bates County right now, down through St. Clair County. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for 1.5-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds for Vernon County. And that's going to be really the strongest of the winds is going to be from the city of Nevada up to Metz and up to Hume. And then possibility of seeing some quarter-size hail with that as well. We still have a Missouri State trooper watching the tornado still on the ground east of Belton. So if you are up here in Cass County, you guys need to still be in your tornado safe spot. Lake Winnebago, Greenwood, Lee Summit. It's going to be heading up toward Lake Lotawana, crossing 50 highway here in about 15 minutes. So even though you're not in a polygon right now, this cell is moving right up toward Lake Lotawana and over 50 highway. So definitely we're starting to see pictures coming in of the tornado on the ground. As fast as this is moving, it's likely going to extend this tornado warning into the Blue Springs, Lake Lotawana, Lone Jack area here momentarily. We have so many warnings out there, it's kind of hard to determine where all of the lines are right now. But right now we know that Vernon County under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Really, in northwest Henry County and Johnson County right now, there's nothing imminent. We do have a cell near Blairstown, Uric, crossing 7 highway. That is not severe. That is not what this severe thunderstorm warning is really focused on. It's focused on this line of thunderstorms out here crossing the state line. Bates County, you guys, again, same thing. You guys are not under a warning right now. Just some strong thunderstorms coming through Bates County, including Butler, Rich Hill, New Home, Emmerette. And then down in Nevada, you guys are getting some torrential rains right now. Maybe up to quarter-size hail with 60-mile-per-hour winds. Again, it's going to be very hard to distinguish here, being so close to the radar site. But it's still looking like, more than likely, this right here is going to be our center of circulation, almost near Greenwood. So Greenwood, hopefully you are taking your tornado precautions right now. See if we can pick up a debris. It's going to be too hard to determine if we're seeing any debris lofted because we are so close to that radar site. 'cause we got torrential rain coming down here on 50 highway just east of Lee Summit right now. This is US 50 highway at 3rd Street right now. Torrential rains, low visibilities, a lot of lightning going on. Lake Lotawana. This is US 50 westbound at Smart Road. So Vernon County, they are dropping that severe thunderstorm warning for you down here for Nevada. Looks like the hail size has come down quite a bit. They did issue an extension of this tornado watch. This is going to include Benton County. So Benton County, you guys are now in this tornado watch. Your all goes for the next 3 hours. Really, the strongest cell we have is still up here. Looks like it is coming into Jackson County now. Belton, Raymore, looks like the threat has moved off to your east now. Raymore, you're still in a polygon. You need to go ahead and stay in your safe spot. But the threat is east of you right now, so you can breathe a sigh of relief. So it's awfully close to the radar site right now. However, I'm not seeing a debris signature. I'm not seeing much of the way of any rotation right now. But again, it's very close to the radar site and it's really kind of hard to see. So we do have a lot of roads up in the KC metro area, down in southern Jackson County, northern Cass County. We have water over the road at I-70. So anybody that's traveling, that's going through this area, you're going to have to be very, very careful driving because it is dumping tons of rain in a very short amount of time. So down, let's move off, just down to the south. Let's see, we've got here in Henry and Johnson County right now, we have a pretty robust thunderstorm that is coming into Henry County. They're not severe warned right now, same as Bates County. It is not warned right now, but just a lot of rain. And right now, maybe some gusts up to 30, 35 miles per hour. We still see a pretty good hail core down here in Vernon County coming across 54 highway. So we're getting, still under a severe thunderstorm warning so far for the next 22 minutes for up to 1-inch hail. So that's quarter size right now for Vernon County. Looks like coming up in Henry County, this is going to be just north of 7 Highway, just east of Urick. Probably getting some nickel-sized hail. It's going to be coming up toward Norris, across N Highway, Blairstown, Chehaui is in line. Maybe some up the nickel-sized hail with this cell in Henry County. But this severe thunderstorm warning with 70-mile-per-hour winds right now, that's mainly for this line to the north They did put a very large severe thunderstorm warning out for 60-mile-per-hour winds for 1 hour for the next hour. And this is going to include a big area.
Thunderstorm warning for southwestern Henry County.
So this is going to be for a very large area. And this is going to be for Bates County, western Henry County, as well as Vernon County. Now we're kind of all in this same warning right now for this cluster of thunderstorms right here for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So we still have a tornado warning for the next 4 minutes. And again, nothing imminent right now in this warning polygon. You guys need to stay in your safe spot. Greenwood, Lake Winnebago, Raymore, Lee Summit, Unity Village for just a few more minutes. And then the National Weather Service will likely go ahead and allow this to expire. But again, if you notice, we're right here at the radar site. It's very, very tough to see much when you're that close to the next radar site. So, nonetheless, stay in your safe spot for the next 3-4 minutes. Matt Jones is on 13 Highway. He's up near Humansville right now. He is driving up to the north up to catch this cell that's going to be moving in from Vernon County over to St. Clair County. So radar is just a mess tonight. So we have kind of blow this back out, and we've got several thunderstorms, just blotches of thunderstorms, and every one of these thunderstorms are having strong straight line winds with them, hail to the sides of a little bit bigger than quarters. So we still have another, should be expiring here in 2 minutes, tornado warning for parts of Cass County, southern Jackson County. And again, right now, there's not a lot of, there's nothing imminent that I'm seeing here on radar. Jump back over to velocity again. Very broad rotation, but again, being so close to the radar site, it's very hard to depict anything. City of Belton, multiple reports of trees and power lines down. Of course, the city of Clinton knows how that is after the other night. So we have a fairly large severe thunderstorm warning for this little complex right down here. That's in Bates County, Vernon County, moving off to the northeast. It's going to be affecting parts of St. Clair County and Henry County. And this is for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Thank you, Elizabeth. Look like we have a power outage in Montrose. Thanks, Jessica. We also have this complex of storms along the cold front out here, Garnett, Iola, Humboldt. They're going to be moving across the state line here within the hour. So let's see here, look here at take a look at chat here. How's Windsor, Butler, Warsaw, Belton. And so, and again, guys, we have, so everybody in West Central Missouri, a lot of people asking, hey, what might town look like? We're under a tornado watch till 9 o'clock tonight. So that's what's happening here in West Central Missouri. So we can expect thunderstorms. Some of them could be strong to severe through the 9 o'clock hour or until the tornado watch has been lifted. So that's what you can expect in each one of those areas. That should answer most of your all's questions there, what you can expect tonight. Yeah, Clinton's the same way. Tornado watch till 9 o'clock. So again, the radar looked like a mess right now. We have several thunderstorms that's coming through Vernon County, Bates County, St. Clair County, Henry County, Johnson County. Most of us are under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds are the threats out of these storms. So our biggest threat tonight, guys, has been and will likely continue to be strong straight line winds. So that is that's something that we've been kind of preparing for. These little Boeing segments along this line of storms producing 60 to 85 mile per hour winds. So we definitely need to pay attention to these warnings. Can have some very strong winds with it. The tornado threat is there for tonight, but it's very, very low. We did have a confirmed tornado up here in the Belton-Raymore area. That tornado warning has been allowed to expire. We do have some damage being reported in the city of Belton. Thanks for the report, Wes. So we got some pretty strong winds coming into eastern Vernon County, eastern Bates County, moving over into St. Clair County and southwest Henry County. That's going to include Montrose, Appleton City, Rockville, El Dorado Springs. We are under a severe thunderstorm warning for up to 60-mile-per-hour winds. St. Clair County is not under a warning right now. I would not be surprised if they are placed in one from the Springfield office of National Weather Service probably here in a few minutes. We do have Matt Jones. He is on 54 Highway. He is storm chaser from 417 Chasers. He is also part of Midwest Meso Project, our research team, and he is heading west on 54 right now. We can see him from weather-wise. Of course, you can see the, you can definitely see the kind of ominous clouds as he's heading toward this cell here in Vernon County right here. Storms up a little bit further south. Lexington, Richmond, Henrietta, Buckner, Napoleon, Odessa. Again, very moderate to heavy rain ongoing. And keep in mind that's another threat that we have tonight is going to be the flash flooding. We're already seeing it in Kansas City, Missouri. Downtown off of I-70, there have been reports of water over the road, standing water on I-70. So if you are out traveling tonight, you're going to have to be very vigilant. You're going to have to be very careful while you're driving and watch for any water over the roadways, hydroplaning at 50 miles per hour. So just be careful if you are out on the roadways. And again, the radar is very messy. Look at all these. Just about everybody in west central Missouri is under a severe thunderstorm warning for that possibility of 60, maybe even up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. Of course, we have the northern northwest corner of Vernon County, not only under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60 miles per hour winds, but also under a flash flood warning. They've had torrential rainfall total down here in Vernon County. Do have a pretty good little Boeing segment from Oak Grove down to Lake Lafayette to just south of Lone Jack. This little Boeing segment here likely have 60, maybe 70 mile per hour winds. But this area right here, coming through Butler, Appleton City, Rockville, Shell City, El Dorado Springs. This is going to be sliding up this direction. And again, we are under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60 mile per hour winds associated with this little line segment. Thank you, and appreciate that super chat. Hey, truly, Lexington, yeah, you're in the same boat as the rest of us. You guys are under a tornado watch until 9 o'clock tonight. up to 70-mile-per-hour winds up there toward Richmond, Lexington area along 13 Highway. So again, severe thunderstorm warnings extend from Richmond, Lexington, Odessa, to Warrensburg, down to Chehowee, Urick, Appleton City, El Dorado Springs, and just to the east. Go over Larry City area. Yeah, I think we just touched on that. So tornado watch until 9 o'clock tonight. So this little area right here, again from about just southwest of Urick down to Appleton City, Rockville, Shell City, El Dorado. It's moving this direction, and up to 60-mile-per-hour winds associated with that. Very messy radar. .619 timing for today. So behind this little segment here that's producing the severe thunderstorm warning, this right here is what is actually producing that 60-mile-per-hour wind gust that goes up here. So you've got about another 30-45 minutes or so before it gets up into the Sweet Springs, Otterville, Co-Camp, Sedalia area. That's this area. That is what's producing these 60-mile-per-hour winds, and that's going to be this segment right here. Boy, that's quite a little thunder.
I'm trying to beat your dog.
And then behind this, we also have another line of storms right here along the front that is going to be pushing in as well. And then that should do it for the night. I do expect most of this activity to be out of west central Missouri by 8-9 o'clock tonight. Moving up just a little bit further north for you guys in Odessa, Lake Lafayette, Higginsville, Lexington. Still some torrential rain, gusty wind, 30-35 miles per hour. You're still under about another 30 minutes severe thunderstorm warning. Possibility of some strong straight line winds out ahead of this thing. Coming into Higginsville. Just went through Odessa, Lake Lafayette. Storms to hit Warsaw, going to be mild. You're under tornado watch till 9 o'clock tonight. So I wouldn't say they're going to be mild. You do have the potential to see a tornado tonight still till 9 o'clock. Let's check in on Matt Jones 417 Chasers. And he is approaching that cell down in Vernon County. I have not talked to Matt this evening. Not sure, he could be deploying a probe for a research team out ahead of this cell here. That is going to be moving over to St. Clair County. Layton, Windsor, you guys are getting a little thunderstorm right now. Nothing severe for you guys right now, unless they extend this warning a little bit further to the east. Right now, I'm not seeing much of the way of anything other than maybe some 40 to 50 mile per hour winds down here, Rockville, Shell City, Harwood area. But really, other than that, I'm not seeing too much of the way of strong straight line winds out of this little segment right now. And again, once we get this little segment moved past St. Clair, Henry County, off to the east, we are going to we do have another line right behind it, extending from Paola, Lacine down to Blue Mound. That is going to be moving into western Missouri here over the next 45 minutes. That's going to bring yet more rainfall, and again, that's one of the reasons why we have these flood advisories out there right now, because of that. So we did have an extension for Johnson County. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that includes the city of Warrensburg, Knob Noster, Sweet Springs, Concordia, for up to 60 mile per hour winds. And that's really going to be for this line right here. So I'm trying to draw on the map, since it is we have such a messy map with all of the warnings and advisories going on right now. So I'm trying to use more pen and better graphics so that you can kind of see where this is heading. But the strongest little segment right now seems to be coming into parts of St. Clair and Henry County right now. This little area right here, maybe 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. Now we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning out. This is going to be for western Bates County. And that's going to be for this line right here, from Lynn Valley, Lacine. Let me move my screen just a little bit. From Drexel, Lynn Valley, Lacine, Pleasanton, down to Mound City. That is going to be coming into western Bates County. And this has the potential to have up to 60 mile per hour winds. And one thing we do need to note is that it does have a tornado possible tag on this. So again, guys, this is I've said it once, I said it 1,000 times. A tornado possible tag means that there is the possibility of a brief spin up tornado along this line. So the way that I tell people, you treat it like a tornado warning. You go ahead and stay away from windows, stay away from, you try to get in the center part of your house. In the basement is the perfect spot. If you don't have a basement, go to the bathroom, kind of chill out downstairs, watch a movie for a little bit. We're expecting 60, 70 mile per hour winds and tornado possible tag. So I am going to be watching this area very closely. I'm going to actually bring up my other software. We're going to be watching this rotation down here to see if it increases any over the next few minutes. So I have that on another screen that I'll be monitoring as well. So we've got a special weather statement for, this is going to be for St. Clair County. So the special weather statement, the winds are just below severe limits right now. So around 50 miles per hour. So this is a special weather statement. This is going to be for Appleton, Roscoe, Osceola, Lowry City, over toward Atro, Bartle, Scout Reservation, and Fox Run, Chloe. So special weather statement, 50 mile per hour winds associated with that. Again, we're kind of watching this area along 69 Highway. There are a few little areas of rotation. One that kind of catches my eye is right over here just to the west of Pleasanton right now. There's a little bit of rotation right here along K7. It does have a tornado possible tag on this, meaning that a very brief, probably a very short-lived tornado is possible in this area. And of course it's going to be moving over the state line into areas along 52 Highway in Bates County, Amoret, Amsterdam, and then eventually over toward Adrian, Passaic, and Butler along 49 Highway. So we're going to keep a very close eye on this. Again, this is we're under a tornado watch, meaning that conditions are favorable for formation of a couple tornadoes. So we're going to be watching this very closely. Severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag for western Bates County, and then of course over here toward Mound City in Lynn County. Wow, look at this rotation down here, guys. Just north of El Dorado Springs right now. Let me put this, I don't know, we're going to have to wait for one more, we're going to have to wait one more scan on this, but this is very intense rotation down here just near Donia, coming across H Highway. You're just under a special weather statement right now. But man, that's some serious rotation down here getting ready to come into Taborville. Are you on Springfield too?
Yeah.
Or you screenshot that and send that to them and have them look at that? So St. Clair County, you guys are under a, you guys are just under a special weather statement, not even severe. But over the last couple scans, we've got some very strong rotation down here by Y Highway. It's going to be heading up toward Taborville along H Highway. And of course, this is going to be moving close over to Monegaw Springs. Let's see if I can catch that on Springfield's Yeah, Springfield's the same way. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if they don't tornado warn this, there's some serious rotation right here, just to the southwest of Taborville. And I would probably go ahead and take your tornado precautions along H Highway if you live along H Highway near Taborville, as I'm seeing very strong rotation right now. AI through WeatherWise is also picking up rotation, but we just have a special weather statement with this right now. So I would go ahead, and if you live in Taborville, Monegaw Springs, this is going to be heading up toward chalk level. I don't know if maybe they're overlooking this in St. Clair County, but this is very strong rotation right now. I am going to concentrate on this cell down here in St. Clair County right now. I'm going to go back up here to the Pleasant Hill. Can you go ahead and explain to them what you're sending? They don't know what you're sending. So again, very strong rotation coming across H Highway near Taborville right now. And and all of you that are asking about Henry County, Warrensburg, Butler, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning coming out right now. I have my Director of Emergency Management, Mark, over here on my side. He's sending this over to them. This looked pretty gnarly to me. They don't even have a tornado possible tag on this. It's just up to 60-mile-per-hour winds. I'm anxious to see. Anxious to see what they're going to say about this, because there you go. That's good. So we do have several severe thunderstorm warnings right now, guys. We do also have a little bit of rotation near Pleasanton, Kansas. That's going to be moving over to Bates County. We will be watching that as well. We have that pulled up on another screen. But the one that's concerning to me, I'm picking it up on all of my software right now, is going to be some very strong rotation just south of Taborville. I'm picking it up on all of my software is picking it up right now. They are calling it bad velocities. So, according to the National Weather Service, they said these are just bad velocities. Which I don't know. That maybe there's a glitch down there in St. Clair County, but with all of my software showing that, it's I'm not sure exactly what we have going on, but we have a severe thunderstorm warning for St. Clair County right now. 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail, and again, we're going to keep a very close eye on this as it continues to move off to the northeast toward Lowry City and Osceola, coming across B Highway. So the rest of it, let's do a quick recap, and then we're going to be taking a look at two specific areas. So let me go back to regular radar right now. And we have a very messy radar. For one, we do have severe thunderstorm warnings for Johnson, into Henry County, into St. Clair County, Bates County, and Vernon County. So for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So that's what, if you live in any of those counties or around those cities, that's what you guys need to be be prepared for 60 mile per hour winds. Now we have two areas of rotation that I am seeing. Hey Jesse, thanks for the super chat. Western Johnson County, Missouri. So probably here, most of these cells are going to be out of our West Central Missouri here probably within the next hour and a half, and severe threat will be gone at that time. So I'm going to go back to velocities here real quick, and we have two areas of rotation that I'm watching. The first one is going to be down in St. Clair County. We've been following this for a while. It's showing a correlation coefficient drop. It's showing a strong rotation just west of Monegal Springs on radar. We contacted the National Weather Service out of Springfield, and the director said that this is just bad velocities. That has happened in the past. I do recall that happening in the past. That sometimes there's just a glitch in NEXRAD. But you know, I'm looking here at velocities. It's better to be safe than sorry. This is going to be heading up toward Monegal Springs and Chalk Level. And there could just be a glitch kind of in between both of the radar sites. That's a possibility, but I'm picking it up on all levels right now. So even on regular radar, we've got a little bit of an inflow notch there as well. So very, very strange to me. We'll have to do a after action report on this, exactly what's going on down in St. Clair County. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's jump over here to the Bates County storm, in which we continue to have a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible tag associated with this. We have very broad rotation that's coming across the state line right now near Amoret and 52 Highway. This is going to be coming up toward Butler, Passaic, and Adrian. So we're going to be keeping a very close eye on that. And I don't think we have. Do we have any wind? There's no wind farms down there, is there? Mark?
No.
No wind farms? No. I've heard. Okay, guys. So I'm totally confused now. Let's go ahead, take your tornado precautions if you live in Larry City, Osceola, Chalk Level, along B Highway. National Weather Service said rotation east of Taborville is increasing, for the potential of a tornado is increasing. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but let's just go ahead and call it now. Why don't you guys go to your tornado safe spot in St. Clair County, Larry City, Osceola, along B Highway, including Chalk Level. This will likely stay just to the north of Roscoe. So Monegal Springs, Chalk Level, Osceola, Larry City. Go ahead, let's take our precautions. Go to your tornado safe spot. They added a tornado possible tag to this severe thunderstorm warning. So again, we're keeping a close eye on this. And again, if you're in St. Clair County, let's go ahead and take your tornado precautions. Monegal Spring, Chalk Level, Larry City, Osceola. Still broad rotation coming into Bates County right now. As you can see, very broad rotation. It's not a real fine couplet, but nonetheless still have a tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning.
Tornado warning coming.
Okay, we got a tornado warning. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We have a tornado warning for St. Clair County officially now through the National Weather Service. And again, this is going to be for along B Highway, Chalk Level, Monegal Springs, up to 13 Highway in between Larry City and Osceola. And every software that I have is showing rotation there for the last 15 minutes. So obviously that velocity glitch is now over. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, St. Clair County, you're under a severe thunderstorm. I'm sorry, you're under a tornado warning. As we have talked about, hopefully you're already in your safe spots. Again, this is going to be coming across B Highway, just north of Monegal Springs, up toward Chalk Level, and then eventually up toward 13 Highway between Larry City and Osceola. If you are in Fox Run, Iconium, Atro Bartle Scout Reservation, you guys also are in that polygon. Go ahead and take your tornado safe spot. We have a new tornado warning, guys. Bates County. This is for Bates County. We've been watching this circulation. It's just strong enough. They go ahead and issue the tornado warning. This is taking dead aim at the city of Butler. And again, we have a tornado warning for Bates County. This is going to be heading up toward Henry County. So those of you in Henry County, Montrose, Uric, Clinton, you guys need to be paying very close attention to this. Alright, so we have both of these circulations we've been watching now for the last 20 minutes. Very likely we've had a tornado at least trying to form down in St. Clair County for 20 minutes. It has just now been tornado warned. And again, we're going to go through this. Chalk Level, Monegal Springs, E Highway, heading up toward Larry City, Osceola. If you live in Brownsford, Fox Run, Iconium, Atro Bartle Scout Reservation, along C Highway, the letter C, you guys need to take your tornado precautions. We also have a tornado warning. This looks like the area rotation is over Foster, New Home. Let's check out, see if we can narrow that down just a little bit more. So center of rotation is, just south of Foster on DD Highway is where the area of rotation is currently right now. So everybody in Bates County, central Bates County, you guys need to be taking your tornado precautions right now. And again, it's kind of